this game.
Barry Porter, Antoine Carr a little late with the coverage. Rebound still loose. Finally pulled away by Avery Johnson. Antoine Carr all alone. An easy two for Antoine, and San Antonio has taken an early 4-2 lead.
The 51 wins this year didn't come as easy as they have in the past years, and the whole team suffered for that.
Early in his career, he was criticized for penetrating too. Barry Porter for three. He was 7th in the league in three-point shooting, 41%. And he has 7 in his first quarter, 20-18. Wade straight field goal misses, 10 straight for the San Antonio Spurs, 11 straight. The rebound picked up in the corner from Ariel.
There he is to the basket again. Oh, that's that quickness.
His first basket of the night, but he's been the difference. Trailblazers have 518 games of playoff experience. A 300-game difference.
Well, that's yet another reason, and Strickland gets to the basket again.
And he's been the story early. Ellis from outside over Duckworth. Rebound comes out deep to Terry Porter. 3-on-1 break, Duckworth to finish.
You just have to love that from the big guy right there. He put the pressure on Dale so that if he misses it, he can at least get to the free throw line and get something that way. Yeah, but let's talk Jerome Kersey that time now. Kersey with a nice drive to the basket.
On both sides, offense and defense.
Yes, he surely has.
From behind, count the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line. And Rod Strickland's biggest fan right now, Clyde Drexler.
Muscle on that body, a whole lot of meat on that body at 6'80". Weighs about 200, a little over 200 pounds.
Good defense there by Larry Smith. Ball is near. Kersey and Smith battling for it. And the Timbers going a little short there. Looked like Larry Smith might have kicked Jerome Kersey inadvertently in the side of the head, and Jerome didn't care much for that.
No, not at all. Not at all, and yes, you'll see.
He has 11 rebounds and 4 block shots. All 4 of the blocks coming in the first half. Free throw wouldn't go for him, though.
Now that's the Terry Cummins right there that San Antonio would like to see more of. That's why they brought him back, his ability to get to the floor. Robinson's will be called on here down the stretch.
Rebound comes out deep for Strickland. 3-on-2 break. Kersey, yes. 25 points for Jerome Kersey. Another assist for...
Now we saw the last time San Antonio went to the free throw line, the importance of getting to the free throw, getting to the rebound on a miss. Avery Johnson missed a free throw, got the rebound. The same importance is going to be placed on this shot right here, as Cliff Robinson will let this one go.
A night for the Robinsons, both of them. San Antonio will get the ball back. 86-85 Portland. 9-point period. San Antonio trying to steal game 1 on the road. With under 10 seconds to go, down by 1. In it comes to David Robinson. There's the double team. Back outside, Sean Elliott. He takes the jumper over Cliff Robinson. He did get fouled by Robinson. The jumper wouldn't go for him. And to top it off,
Working against Porter and working against Ellie and some of these guys that give up 3-4 inches. And I thought that would be one you'd see them use more of here in this game.
for the first time since it was 18-17 with 4:15 to go in the first quarter, the San Antonio Spurs have the lead. San Antonio will have the Portland Trailblazers one final shot to pull it out right after this. Scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes and 51 seconds.
Might end up with the ball, trying to make it more difficult for him to see over the taller player.
Ariel Elliott getting it inbounds to Rod Strickland. Baseline jumper, no. Rebound, tipped outside. Coming over, picking it up is Terry Porter. Can't get the shot off. And the San Antonio Spurs, trailing throughout most of this game, rally in the fourth quarter to defeat the Portland Trailblazers in Game 1, 87-86. David Robinson getting off to a very, very slow start tonight. He only had 7 points through 3 quarters. But the Spurs steal one on the road here in Portland. 87-86 the final. The Spurs are up by 1 game. The Portland Trailblazers shaking their heads.
Rest in peace, Gordon.
As they head back to the locker room, they had this game they felt won several times, but did not score for the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds in the fourth quarter. And 3 times, Jack, in the second half, they had that lull that let San Antonio back in.
I mean, that was at least 6 feet behind the three-point line.
Oh my, hits one from half court on Sunday. Michael Jordan having a great playoffs, even by his standards.
Hawks inside, and Stacey Augmon from Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock had 9 turnovers on Sunday. Koncak with his second rebound in a row.
Now that's nice to see because he's getting in traffic and going nice.
And to Willis, it's 5-4 Bulls.
Good head fake that time by Kevin. Once again, his own call because everybody's laying back off trying to help out Mookie Blaylock.
3 seconds, Michael Jordan's turnaround, yes, and the foul.
As you can see, if you're going to send a double team,
Spins into the paint. Rebound Willis.
good pressure that time by Koncak.
Good pass from Blaylock.
Nice.
Wilkins to Augmon.
I don't even know how he saw that pass. That was a shovel pass, not a bounce pass. Very difficult to pick
The shot clock. That's a 3, but he hit the side.
Look out, long.
Pippen could have been fouled on that as Blaylock was the only defender back.
In this series, anytime that you launch a 3,
Most parallel here, so the Hawks will look for that last shot. There's the double team. Blaylock looking for somebody. He's going to have to take it himself. Look at that tip by Pharrell! As the shot clock went off. On Scott Williams. Dominique is only 2 of 9 from the floor. Purdue sees the lane open. Big power jam by Will Purdue.
gotta watch out now.
Purdue has 6 points. Bulls by 5. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Stacey Augmon with the steal.
There you go, strong.
That's the defense that the Hawks need from Stacey Augmon. Dominique Wilkins struggling from the field tonight. Runs into a double team.
Oh,
and carelessly throws it away. A behind-the-back jam from Scottie Pippen.
You have to pay attention. You cannot get frustrated because you did not get. They've got to open up the spacing because that will string out the defense.
Augmon, nice pass to Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis now with 13 points. Dominique Wilkins is really struggling. Stacey Augmon averaged 14 points on the season. This is here, but Blaylock steals the rebound. Dominique spinning into the lane. That's a patented move. And the foul. Dominique Wilkins with the finger roll. They're calling the foul on State.
Okay, he's made 2 jump shots. Pippen has been right in his face.
Looking for Cartwright. Now to Pippen at the free throw line.
Yeah, this is smart. Just post them up in there.
Stolen by Wilkins. Then B.J. Armstrong picks it right back. Jordan with one of his patented moves down the lane. The bank shot. He has 9. Must be a slippery ball. Pippen with a monster jam on the break. 20-second timeout called by Bobby Weiss.
Now they're so unselfish, and once they start blowing out on that break, you always say, the playoffs, you must take care of the defensive boards, play solid defense, make your foul shots.
Bulls wide open inside the Jordan.
I tell you, they're clicking in these 3 games.
Broke out on the break, but the Hawks couldn't get him the ball. Finally, Wilkins. He's fouled by Grant. He'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity as he's pulled the Hawks to within 10. I don't know if this is the guy, but he's going to have the ball in his hand. 5 seconds to shoot. He goes for 3. He drains it. Michael Jordan has 37 points. What a performance in this series. Full sweep of the Hawks in the end of the season for Atlanta. They've been swept out, but they've joined the company of New York 2 years ago, Miami 1 year ago, and now the Hawks have been swept 3-0, and the Bulls move on to the second round to await the winner
Charles Smith also can't take a licking in those words or something to that effect. Smith has come out with 10 points. And a Rolando Black shot. And Rolando Blackman played great defense, as you pointed out. Did it inspire those two?
I don't think it mattered.
Didn't hurt. John Starks for three. Oakley went to break up the floor. Vern Fleming rejected by Smith. Mason and Thompson. Shrimp stolen from behind by Oakley. Knicks are running. Starks. Fleming runs over Smith. Heave to the corner for Miller. 7 on the 24. Look inside for Dale Davis, and finally, he's got points.
It's a little slow in their defensive rotation. It was open and technical, rather, but the officials did not take note of John.
Charles Smith slams it home. Hey, here at the Garden, Rick Smits. Starks battles with Fleming. He comes away with it. A lot of white shirts with him, and he goes all the way, pulling the ball up.
Faked everybody out on that. Looked like an automatic pass. He kind of hesitated, looking to the people to his left.
On the bench with 4 personal fouls. Blackman wide open for 3. He's 0 for 2, followed by Oakley, and he swings at McLeod. He's gone. A tough enforcement of the new playoff rules.
Well, Al, as you mentioned, the NBA's new policy is that if a player throws a punch but misses, he is ejected from the game. During the regular season, a player who missed a punch was not suspended.
Johnny's gone for a game, too. He's ejected from this game, and he's gone from game 2. And Oakley now pulls away from Pat Riley. Here's the timeout story. Pacers with the ball down 2. Miller and McLeod can shoot the 3. Fleming for McLeod. He draws Smith. Miller looks for LaSalle Thompson. Tie game with 30.4 to go. The Knicks call time. That's the game clock. Starks with 12 on the 24. Starks looking for Ewing. Thompson's all over it. 6 on the 24. Ewing hits it.
He's been dying for the ball. He finally got it. Mason on Trent.
It is Doc Rivers guarding Reggie Miller. Can they get it in? Finally to Miller. Guarded by Rivers. Gets a screen from Thompson. Ewing helps out. Out of bounds. Nick Ball. With 5.6 to go.
Gotta keep the ball out of Reggie Miller's hands.
No TOs for the Pacers. They get it in for Shred.
No foul either on the shot.
Miller for 3 and beyond. And that is it.
Easy game, Al, huh?
This was not the way the scripters written by Pat Riley of the Knicks. But they did go on to take the opening game. The Pacers fought hard. The Knicks had to overcome the ejection of Charles Oakley, who was in the midst of an effective game and some foul trouble.
Great, does such a good job of keeping the turnovers down for Randy Pund's team. Scott is 4 of 7 for three-point land into Peabots. Nice jump off, and Eldon Campbell puts it away. On threes prior to that one. 9-6, the Suns with advantage. Eldon Campbell. Boy, some people feel Marlin will take it inside. Up to Dumas. Baseline, and That's his slicing ability, his ability to play above the rim.
Now, Richard Dumas is so...
KJ and Sedell going after each other. Reach around, KJ. Barkley to Sabalas. This is Sabalas' best part of his game is in the open floor, and he puts that one away.
Well, right now it's like, will we live by the sword, will we die by the...
And Oliver Miller, the 5 now for Westfall. They have the trap on KJ. Marley dribbled it off his foot. Here's 3. Johnson fouls him.
I think you're going to get a flagrant here. Yes, yes. I mean, that's...
As the Suns playing much looser, that was a goal of Paul Westfall, getting off to a good start in this ball game. There's the ball deflected. Eldon Campbell comes up with it. Worthy, who checked in for the injured D-Bots, off balance, got it, and he's fouled by Dumas.
Got it again.
James Worthy, a wiener. And Sabalas one-on-one. Worthy, that's that characteristic ball high in the air. And West with the rebound. Out it comes to Barkley. 3-on-2. Barkley, that little jump step, it'll go, and he is fouled. And what a move by Sir Charles.
Oh, what power. He showed unbelievable power. Uh-oh, T has been called. Double T.
Yep, on the 2 guys inside, jawing away. Sabalas. Worthy committing the foul, sits down. Splits the defenders, takes it to the hole. And Mark West with a power move. This is the guy many people feel has to have some solid minutes. Shot, he has 15.
Unbelievable. Danny Ainge was spotted up. Dumas missed it. Then KJ.
D-Bots comes back.
And Roddy D-Bots blows kisses to the crowd. Blows kisses.
A 3-pointer. And Jess Kersey has spotted a foul away from the ball.
So after Johnson to fight off the runs, and they've been able to do it the whole game, and I don't think it's going to change much in the 4th quarter.
Marley, it'll count. And so both teams with a little flurry here.
A little passion from both teams.
That's what you were talking about. Marley from outside comes back and in. Oliver Miller trying to keep Eldon Campbell from taking it inside. Nice floating one-hander. And the Lakers are making a move now. That's 13 points for Campbell. It's a threat.
Now Charles Barkley dominating, not making the shots, and not allowing any second shots by his teammates.
He is 8 of 22 shooting for the game. Backdoor Campbell. He just climbed over Dumas. A 1-point game. The ball. Christie's going to try a 3. Campbell high into the air, stripped by Barkley. Barkley finds Miller. Miller will stuff it, and Barkley's made 2 big defensive stops. If you don't shoot well, help your team in another 4-point lead for Phoenix. Great, looks over to Randy Funn. They've got the play call. D-Bots wants another one. Fleet with a 3. 2 in a row. The forum, and they will return, it looks like, on Thursday night for Game 4 as KJ hits them both, and the Suns are able here to win their first game of this best-of-5 series. Sedell 3 puts one up, and we have Game 4, and we'll be here to bring it to you on TNT as the Suns able to hang on and win this one 107-102. Barkley leading the Suns with 27 points, 11 rebounds.
Good look by Paul. Gill could not complete it. Back comes Crown. Boston. Now on the run. Crown for Douglas. Inside of it.
They knew that Charlotte was going to try and get Larry Johnson involved offensively, so they're going at him immediately at the defensive end.
Alonzo Mourning. Mourning on the rebound. You heard the reaction from the crowd. They were looking for a charging foul. No call made. Good box out by Mourning. Folks, for Mourning. Alonzo Mourning off to a good start. And Charlotte leads by 4. Now here's pressure by the home. He passed out. Spent the last 24 hours under observation at New England Baptist Hospital. Ripped in on a fast break lead for Larry Johnson. Charlotte leads 30. for 32. We're told all the
The experience, he felt Johnson had overcommitted one way. He never hesitated, immediately turned to the lane and put the shot up on the rim.
nice play. Gill hits and he's fouled. Robert Parrish with the foul, so Kendall Gill has come back strong, hit the jump shot, and now Avery Douglas being forced to work hard by Muggsy Bogues. McHale comes outside, and McHale goes inside, counts, and the foul! Wait a moment, now the officials are discussing it. And
The kind of defense Chris Ford has been preaching all year. They've done an excellent job of playing defense.
Bob responds as McHale begins to make the move. Kevin McHale has given Boston a 1-point lead.
Bob, on a veteran player like...
And the Celtics able to recapture. Here's Gamble. Yes.
And that's exactly the guy the ball should have gone to, because it was Kevin Gamble that got down on the floor and saved that possession for the Celtics. It would have been Charlotte's ball. Gamble knocked it free.
Minute and a half remaining of the fourth. Larry Johnson with 5 on the shot clock. Draws the double team. Down to 2. Down to 1. Gill. Yes! Oh, clutch shot by Kendall Gill. As the shot clock was down at 1, and he's tied at 89. Minute 15 remaining in 5 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter. McHale for Douglas. McDaniel to the spin. Yes! That is his first field goal. He missed his first 10. And it's to Morning. Bogues saving from the backcourt. 3 on the shot clock. Here's Bogues. Yes! Oh, what a shot. He got it up over the 7-foot Robert Parrish. Muggsy Bogues hitting the floater with the shot clock running down to give the Hornets. The Hornets with 17 on the shot clock. We're coming up on a minute to go in overtime. Larry Johnson showing quickness, whipping around McHale to give the Hornets a 97-95 lead.
Chris Ford on the fly.
Gamble for 3. Parrish with the rebound off the face. McHale fires. Yes! He's tied the game at 97. 6 seconds remaining in overtime, and Charlotte calls for time.
You could see Sherman Douglas run over to Chris Ford as they were coming off the floor just then. Move on that sideline, or it's a violation.
Minsky had not played at all today. Here's Fox. It's Brown again for 3, and that will wrap it. D. Brown finishes 1 for his last 10 after the good start. And in double overtime, the Charlotte Hornets with their first ever playoff victory. They have defeated the Boston Celtics by the score of 99-98, and they even the series at 1.
They felt Charlotte just ran their offense any way they wanted to do it, coming off screens. More importantly, being more physical. The turnover is Gill and Bogues. Well, Kendall Gill has been shooting 37% the last 2 games. Doug, that's something a shooter likes to have right off the bat. No question, and you see the pressure defense already. The shot clock now is down to 11 seconds, and another turnover. No time, folks. Chris Ford is not going to waste any time. A 20-second timeout.
Virginia Tech. McHale with the loose ball. Can't get it to drop. McHale goes to the floor. The Hornets with a 5-on-3.
French pastry by Muggsy Bogues. Kevin McHale fell down. So if you're Larry Johnson...
That was actually his call prior to that, so we kind of have a little vengeance on that one. Exactly right. Madison inside to Larry Johnson, who has 8. Sidney Green was just leaning at Kevin McHale that time.
There's Curry again trying to free him up. Great look inside. Browns doing a good job on Curry, really chasing him.
Curry goes right. Oh, it drops. My goodness.
Steve Brown did everything right. Del Curry just did it better.
D. Brown.
Daniel all around. He's going to wear him down, but when Del Curry took that shot, he never got back to the other end of the floor.
Oh, Larry Johnson with a punishing kick on Xavier McDaniel. This is where Larry Johnson's got to be smart. Got to be smart. Bob Delaney has already called a technical foul. I think he may have.
He's going to get it on Rick Fox. I think they're coming in the fray and bumping and talking.
And now Don Casey comes out. Chris Ford comes out. And Alan Briscoe strolls out.
That's what I talked about. When you're going to eliminate a team, they are not going to go down easy.
Fox still drawing with more defense. Gill double teams the Chief. Douglas pumped once. Too many. X loses it. Right into the hands of Johnson. Kendall Gill over Darryl Garrettson. The lead is 12. Gill's got it again. Hard foul by Sherman Douglas. They're looking to see if it's a flagrant foul. Yes, it is. It is indeed a flagrant.
Now, see, this is where Charlotte's got to be real careful. They're young, they're energetic, they're enthusiastic, all those good things, but they've got to stay away. You'll see Kendall Gill's all upset.
The Celtics on the run. Johnson gets a piece of it, but McDaniel answers with the left hand.
Well, he didn't put on the play. He got the shot blocked, but he hustled right back after it.
X on the shot clock, and Bogues clears the rebound.
Young legs. Robert Parrish is a warrior. He cannot keep up the pace. Bogues shooting the jump will either be Gill or Del Curry.
Gill pushes in Douglas. Well, Morning with the return. My goodness.
Robert Parrish.
Morning playing with 5. Campbell with the left hand. Oh my, a running left hand hook. His first field goal since the second. The two doesn't do it. Morning keeps it alive into the hands of McDaniel. The Celtics on the break. Campbell. It goes.
Oh my goodness, do you believe this?
A 1-point game.
Gets the shot against the clock.
It'll go back to Boston. And Sherman Douglas has a chance to give Boston the lead. He does.
Are you kidding me? I do not believe this.
What a comeback by the Boston Celtics. They lead it 103-102 on a 10-0 run. My goodness. Everybody is standing. This is for the win and the series. Morning for the win. There is still 4/10 of a second left in this game. They're going to have to clear the court. Oh, I love this thing right in front of the Celtic bench. Fox is deep. D. Brown has now come in. It's taken Parrish out. D. Brown, the lob to Brown. Oh, he doesn't get it. The ball was touched. That ball was touched, Ron. And the same play they ran in Game 2. That ball was touched. And Chris Ford is absolutely livid.
We got to see that again. That ball looked like it was touched.
We will look at it again. The officials are not going to change their mind. The Charlotte Hornets have become
shot with 4/10 of a second that vaults the Charlotte Hornets into round number 2 of the 1993 NBA playoffs.
Ahead to Stockton, so it's the Jazz seeing an opportunity to run. They can't score, stolen by Benoit. So the second-year man, Benoit, has 2 slams, 4-0 Utah.
That'll give him confidence even though they are.
Perkins blocked by Eaton. That's his second. But it's been to the tempo of Sloan and Utah. Michael Cage in for the first time. Johnson. Oh my! He didn't intend to bank that one.
Don't tell Eddie Johnson that. He intended to bank it all the way if you ask him after the game.
Eddie Johnson rejected by Karl Malone. 3-on-2 the other way. Corbin blocked by Perkins, fouled by Perkins. His first. Oh, what a setup by Stockton.
Well, he is the master of the setup in the NBA.
40, Utah with the lead, Seattle with the ball. Very low number of turnovers. McKee finds Perkins for. He has a quadruple.
Well, this crowd is going wild. They love it. Mark Eaton cannot guard the cylinder and guard Perkins in the three-point area.
That gives Perkins 14 points in the game. Jeff Malone for 2. Chance to tie for Utah unless Perkins wants a 3. Payton scores. There, a rare quick basket for Seattle. Now they're crazy at the Coliseum. Ricky Pierce. That's the biggest lead for Seattle today.
The big thing, though, is how they're taking the ball.
Perkins. Slam and Sam.
Bob Kloppenberg.
Payton gets inside and he's fouled by Humphries. For the first of the 7-game series. And so, the 2 Western finalists last year, Portland and Utah, go out in the first round this year. A new guard in the NBA West, Sam Perkins from LA to Seattle, and he beats Utah today.
Jazz 92.
Gary Payton and Nate McMillan. Key in the backcourt.
Able to put in his bag, going left, pulling up the little mid-range floater, going to left, and hit that shot. Doing has really been devastating with that move this season. Look, right in the back pocket of Johnny Newman. Rivers with the steal. Muggsy Bogues got a piece of it, and he also got the foul. With Muggsy Bogues on the floor, Doc Rivers top bar, and H. Smith lets it fly. His shooting woes continue. Patrick Ewing was very upset. He was open on the baseline, and Starks did not give him the ball. Nice look, Bogues to Mourning. Mourning is so quick in transition. He was sprint up and down the floor. Patrick Ewing very upset though with Starks that he did not respond to him this year. The 7-minute mark in the first quarter. That was Red Collins, Rob Newman, Ernie Johnson, and Mike Zunglisi in our studios. Student, this is how the Mourning's been in there for a couple. Miguel has a couple. Zach Curry has one. I still think they've got to get Larry Johnson going here. He's got black behind him right now. But Alonzo Mourning got a good tackle yesterday, and Mourning now with 9 for the ball game. They have a retaliation basket. Charlotte is not getting back defensively. John Starks has been able to get down the floor to Anthony with the left hand, doesn't get it. Mason rejected big time. 3-on-1 the other way. Mourning over Ewing. My goodness, you gotta love it. That payback hanging around.
Johnson with 10. Wingate quickly down court for the men in field. 4-point New York advantage. Bones, good pass inside on Uncle Morning with another good. Nice post-up, so he splashed in front of Ewing, and Patrick had it again tonight. Wanted for a chance to take the lead. Bones, somebody got a piece of that. Doc Rivers running hard along with Ewing. Ewing! Yes, sir. Good call, Ron. Doc Rivers been around a long time, realizing when this guy's running the lane like this, I got to give him some. Well, that's good, EJ. Good ball movement. The Knicks started daylight baseline. Didn't get the jam, but he got the roll. Timeout Starks, so he is a fearless defender. Just goes into the second team all defensive team, but a gorgeous move on the baseline with the left hand. Morning actually got a piece of it. Gill off the mark. Starks beats Gill. Playing a lot of minutes inside. Smith has it rejected by Morning. Wendell Gill comes out of the back with the ball. Bogues to Newman to the basket. The reverse goes for Johnny Newman. First 4 points of the half scored by, said that Anthony and Oakley are going to have to continue to make those open jump shots. And Charles Oakley shooting it very well. Great defense by Oakley because Alonzo Morning was wide open. Smith with the easy two. And he's holding his back. Now this way he gets a dunk to get himself going, and now he's holding his back. The last thing you need is they've not been very successful. Charles Oakley has checked into the lineup. Inside basketball go, but Sidney Lee is there to complete it. And New York is on the heels right now. Charlotte is taking the game right to them. 1/3 quarter point, and he remains off the mark. He's shooting the shot quickly. Patrick looks like he's in a little bit of a hurry to release the shot. I don't know if that's because of the presence of Morning in this game, but there's a layup and a dunk now by Curry. Now a timeout by Pat Riley, and the Knicks on their heels now trail by 9, and the Bluebirds are out of the Garden. See, Wingate not a shooter. You can play him softly. Shot clock at 4 though. Good save by Larry Johnson. My goodness. See, the thing I don't understand is why Ewing goes to that pump fake. If anything, you want Larry Johnson left in the game. Starley with 2 falls, no 20s. Watson looks inside. Ewing the big step. There's the 3 by Davis for the tie. How about the Rockies? What confidence by Ewing to give him the ball. You have 1:10 left to play. Goes to Gill. Looks inside for Justin. Great pass inside. Del Curry for Alonzo Morning. Terrific execution in the wraparound no-look pass. Hubert Davis, so they're going to free him up for the shot once again. He's going to be the one that's going to have to take it. Shot clock at 2. Ewing lets it go. And he carries it. Patrick Ewing with 32 points. Him with a big shot he hit against Indiana the day down 14, came back and won. Tonight down 13 in the fourth. They might have a chance to win this, so they're blowing or getting themselves in trouble and having to overcome big leads. Ewing beats Morning, the finishing touch. So they're going to win this game. And I'm sure that Pat Riley in the back of his mind is saying, we cannot continue to dig ourselves these kind of holes and expect to pull basketball games out.
I have that down here.
I'm sure his lovely wife Chris loves to see needles stuck in the back of her husband. Starks all the way, has to dish off. Ewing with the punctuation.
That's what happens when you get penetration through the defense.
Gill, the spin move.
Posting on Starks. Starks has got a hand in his face on every shot. The only play he's gotten is the little pull-up jump shot against Mason. He has not gotten a field goal against Starks.
He is inside the Doc Rivers with authority.
Don't go in there, Doc, with anything weak against Morning. With that bad back, Doc goes in there strong and gets the dunk. That's a nice, powerful play.
Finds out that his house was robbed, and what he was upset about was the videotape of his children. They stole that, and also his first NBA game, the tape of it. Doc, again, the second jam tonight.
Muggsy Bogues going back to double team. No one stepping in on Doc Rivers. Muggsy.
Breathing time, a lot of bench time. We've talked about in game 2 and in game 1 the fact how tired he was in the fourth quarter. This may be a plus for them. Give up a little bit now, save it for the fourth.
How about Doc Rivers? What is he running a dunk drill here? That's 3 dunks for Doc Rivers.
So much for bad.
Bright minds think alike, don't they, Ron?
First half points.
Larry Johnson on the season's only blocked 27 shots. So when he lets a guy get down there, you're not going to worry about him getting a shot.
Johnson past Patrick Ewing.
Well, maybe this is going to be that night that he gets 80. Remember, he said he was going to get 80. He was upset with Pat Riley when he didn't play much.
Larry Johnson tracks it down. They almost gave up another offensive rebound. Bogues, the alley-oop. That'll get him cheering.
Well, Alonzo Mourning knows when to use his speed. Behind. Look at Bugsy Bogues all over Ewing.
Tip. Can Johnson come up with it? He does. To the hole. Count it. And then he gets in Charles Oakley's face.
And Larry Johnson's got to be careful. He's already got one technical. He gets another one. He gets thrown out. In here talking. Now Mourning goes over.
Johnson better be careful.
Yes, he better. They cannot lose him tonight.
And Pat Riley grabs Oakley. 7:46 without a field goal in game number 2. Johnson to Bogues.
See the good rotation defensively.
Inside, nice look to Mourning. It goes! Now with 4.
When you get a chance, take advantage of it, and that's what he's doing.
And Gaddison is going to be hammered by John Starks. That'll be his third.
What you're seeing right now is Kenny Gaddison is running Patrick Ewing, just like Alonzo Mourning looked to do. That time he also ran it.
Sounds of charge.
Now this is their fourth quarter guy, Larry Johnson.
Nice look. Curry lost it, took his eyes off it again. And Oakley will have an easy 2. The key for Charlotte there, 20 of 2.
Forced a very difficult shot.
Almost 2 minutes. Johnson for 3! My goodness! He is 1 for 2 in the postseason from the arc.
Boy, that changes every
Ball game.
They got a chance for a 2-for-1 possession here, too. They can take their time and get it 2-for-1.
Johnson, the big time move, dishes off. Mourning, he's got it!
And so Doc Rivers is out of the game. It looked like he might have pulled a hamstring or something. Mike Saunders, the trainer, is looking at him right now.
Doc is bent over on the far side, trying to stand up. Tied. Knicks lead it by 2, 98-96. We were tied at 94 at the end of regular.
Went right around Patrick Ewing. Patrick did not move his feet. Right with
Bogues on Starks. Shot clock at 7. Ewing, Gill takes the steal. He's got Newman on the right. Gill's going to try to do it himself. Dishes off to Bogues. Back to Newman. The jumper. Yes! Timeout. We're tied at 100.
now. There's plenty of time here. If New York is able to get a good executed play where they might be able to get a 2-possession to 1, and they get it going quickly, which is what they want to do. There's the rookie again, Hubert Davis.
And he buries it
again! Are you serious? Look at him. Oh, the 10-second violation on this one. None of us would get out of here.
I'm under the table.
He could take all day to shoot this one.
Only 13 seconds. Alonzo has 6 of Charlotte's 8 points in overtime. 12 seconds left. We are tied. A lot of money off this game as people continue to buy the nachos and the suds watching this.
Thank God it's only one game here tonight on the 17th. Nobody's going to be able to stay up for the next one. They're going to be so tired.
Morning. What a goal! Oh, my goodness!
I think Patrick Ewing is tired. And Patrick's got 5 fouls. You get him the 6th foul, you're in great shape.
Because Herb Williams has been sitting the entire game.
Who's going to make the outside?
Oh, yes!
Remember, that's the one he would not take the other night. Do you learn from your failure? If you're Muggsy Bogues, you do.
The Hornets lead it, but we still have an eternity left in the form of 53.8.
no 4-point plays. The worst thing that happens is if they score, you take timeout, you move the ball to half court because New York can't advance it.
Starts for three, doesn't get it. Ball bounces around. Charlotte has it. The series is now 2 games to 1. Our player of the game tonight is going to be Alonzo Mourning. 34 points on 13.
Derek McKee is a designated double team guy along with Ricky Pierce, and they're going to leave him alone.
Olajuwon sets it up for Otis Thorpe. Thorpe leads all players in the playoffs with a 63%. Olajuwon's third rebound. Beautiful pass by Maxwell, and Thorpe with a slam. He has 4, and Houston's lead is up to 7.
That's the kid. Eddie Johnson, those are your captains.
Nate McMillan, one of the top defensive guards in the league, with a steal to McKee. Well, that's what Seattle does best. They led the league in turnovers, led the league in steals, and they convert a quick 2 off that.
Olajuwon is trying to do.
Eddie Johnson off to Kent. That was Jordan-esque.
Here so he can come off the wing.
On that occasion, Horry got a piece of Pierce. 3 on the clock and the turnover. Olajuwon to Maxwell.
But Dick, that was a beautiful play because McMillan had the steal, and what Maxwell did was tipped it right over him. And I don't know right here if Maxwell's hurt or not.
That's
not Maxwell. They shoot quick. It could be 5.
Nova pass with 3. Bullard. Oh my, with 7/10 of 1 second left in the half. Bullard drops the 3. No shot. And Houston leaves the court as happy as they could be. Bullard accentuating a first half. Rockets lead to Olajuwon. That's where he was going. Get it in there. They do. Throws up a prayer and kisses it home. 10 for Olajuwon. Maxwell got a hand on it. McMillan saves. Eddie Johnson to tie. At 62. The first time it's been even since the opening tip-off.
Sam Perkins.
Beautiful block by McKee. Harris for 3. That's the first time Seattle has led in the game. 65-64.
Like I was telling you, Dana Barros is in this game because first execution of that play. That's what got him that basket. Even though Olajuwon blocked it, it was still good execution.
Olajuwon, an assist to Robert Horry, who has a dozen.
Now the Houston Rockets have finally figured out where this double team is coming.
Thorpe to pull down the rebound a minute and a half to go. Payton 2 for 13 shooting for Seattle.
Well, look for them to try to go into a team again. I think they got to look to try to go into him quicker than like 5 seconds like they have been.
With 7 seconds, he drops it, nothing but net.
Well, see, the last time, Dick, he's been taking the double team and passing out of it. This time he said, I'm not going to pass and play.
2 seconds. They got to hurry now. 1. Johnson goes, and Horry with just a hair left on that 24 seconds. Able to get his 18th point, and the rookie from Alabama gives the Rockets a 2-point lead with 32 points.
They've been running Ricky Pierce on Maxwell, so they're coming right back with it. They're posting up here.
Pierce over Maxwell. It's a tough 10-footer to tie it at 93. 23 to lead Seattle. Ricky Pierce. What a series. They began in Japan 94 games ago against each other. Into Olajuwon. Pass Otis Thorpe. Thorpe just waits around, and a team finds him enough to make those sure scores.
He's a passer. Can they get the ball into Perkins? 7 on his shot clock.
He's got it. What a shot by Perkins. It'll take a 3-pointer to tie it with 27 seconds to go.
been a big game player with the Lakers. Game 1, Chicago. One of my last years.
Singled up on Perkins.
Good play.
So with 15 seconds to go.
See,
A 1-point game.
That's good basketball. That's smart basketball. You go in, get the quick 2, now foul, send them to the line. Hey, you might make you miss 1 or 2. If you get 2, they had 1.
There he goes down in the hole. The double team. Maxwell. Rebound Seattle. With less than a second to go. Sean Kemp gets the Mellon. And that should do it.
Because they all asked him, what do you want us to do? Or Kemp to do?
He made it. So the timeout called by Houston, and they'll have less than a second to try to get a 3 launch.
You know, that was smart basketball by the Seattle Supersonics. First of all, they all discussed, okay, what do you want us to do with the second one with Sean Kemp? They looked over to Coach Carl. He said, no, make it instead of missing it. So he went in and made the free throw.
Somehow it seems to me that you're really giving Houston a chance to get
A lot of picks. A lot of picks. They want to really get a switch or something. Uh-oh, we got Olajuwon open.
Olajuwon takes it. Seattle goes to Phoenix.
I tell you,
And we will see Scott Williams in just a moment. We'll check in, replacing Grant. Nice pass. Ewing for Smith.
That's the advantage that Charles Smith enjoys over Scottie Pippen. 3 bring long rebounds. Fortunately for the Bulls, it went into the right hands.
Jordan with the step. Michael Jordan thought he was fouled. On the other side of the picture, Patrick Ewing thought, but
Tapes, and they make severe judgments, boy.
I don't think it was a pleasant tape session for Will yesterday at practice. Rivers working hard and finishes it off. P.J. Armstrong couldn't believe it. Next 27. Once again, no evidence of a chatter between Jordan and Starks. What a move by Michael Jordan, slicing his way, and he drew the foul. Mason, they double up on Anthony. Starks had it knocked away by Paxson, and here comes Pippen giving it up. Michael Jordan. Jordan with some words for Greg Anthony. Now, he was successful on Sunday. Starks came off a pick. Nice setup for Smith.
Horace Grant,
Judge on that pass, and King able to come up with it. Here's Pippen. It's the style the Bulls would love to play. Pippen hits, and a foul! Ewing called for the foul, and Pippen will go to the line. The first time tonight that the Bulls... That is if the Knicks should be up 3 games to nothing, which may be a very optimistic way of looking at things. Michael Jordan able to hit, and he was fouled. His call. Oh, Pippen is upset. Oh, that's a technical. He's been thrown out. He threw the ball hard at Bill Oakes, and he's been ejected. Oh, now Jordan chasing Oakes. Phil Jackson could get hit with a second. Scottie Pippen has been tossed. Oh, that's an enormous move. And now Pippen is being kept away by his teammates.
that's going to be debated, Marv, over and over again. I feel that Bill Oakes has a very short fuse, and yet you can defend the fact that he was embarrassed by Pippen. He was. But he's still a move. He's doing a good job keeping Jordan out by half court, knocking time away.
But Jordan is able to penetrate, and he is walloped by Anthony, and that should be a flagrant. Yes, it is.
He's out, Marv.
Oh, he's been thrown out.
Bill Oakes at it again with a big call.
You know, this is an answer to the fact that I think that people in the league office were upset last year that John Starks was not ejected for the flagrant foul on Scottie Pippen. And they recovered by Oakley. Here's Ewing. And oh, look out, Cartwright submarined and hurt. Bill Cartwright accidentally taken down by Nick. Lead remains at 3. We're down to 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Starks, yes! What a move by Starks, who was able to sky to the basket. The Bulls call for time. Now lead 96-91. Final seconds. Here's Jordan for 3. Oh, an air ball. Perhaps a symbolic ending for the Bulls. The Knicks have made it 2 out of 2 against the Chicago Bulls. A 96-91 victory. Game 3 in Chicago on Saturday afternoon. Another dramatic win by the New York Knicks. Rejected by Ewing. A beautiful rejection by Patrick Ewing. Oakley with the roll. Jordan had it knocked away. Mason behind the back, and Ewing finished it off. So the Knicks get off to the fast start. Here comes Starks, Armstrong back. John Starks. And it's handled by Jordan. Pippen, nice play, Grant. Finished it off.
So Jordan missed
in the second quarter. Chicago with the ball at a 5-point lead. Pippen with the step, through the foul. Yes, and it counts. Thought he was fouled. Pippen, low percentage pass as he tried to hit Grant. Here comes Starks. John Starks accelerating to bring the Knicks within 4. John Starks. Chicago with another opportunity. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Michael Jordan has come out shooting here in the third quarter. Nice setup. Grant from Pippen. The Bulls by 11.
Realize that it's not just patience that time by Scottie Pippen. First option he let go by. Second option he let go by as he tried to get it in. And then with the 5-second count closing in, he threw the lob to Jordan down low.
Jordan got the step. Bill Cartwright felt he was being pushed aside. And had... Oh, Grant Schultz Starks. He checked to see if Pavetta was not looking. Starks apparently slapped Grant, and that's what set Horace Grant off.
What started it out was when Starks came up with the possession of the ball, as Grant ran by, he stuck out his rear end trying to bump into Grant on purpose. Grant didn't like the fact that he tried to cut his legs out, so as they ran back down a little bit further, Grant just kind of...
And they have led most of the way. Armstrong and Jordan in the backcourt. Cartwright, Grant, and Pippen up front. Pippen was pushed. Yes! And it counts. A huge basket by Scottie Pippen. For the Chicago Bulls, who have managed to bounce back with the 2 victories at home, and they defeat the New York Knicks 105-95. 54 points for Michael Jordan. 18 of 30 from the field. He hit 6 of 9 from 3-point range. 6 field goals.
from downtown, which ties the mark against Portland. Last year, the NBA playoff record is 7 by Chuck Person. Jordan also 12 out of 14 from the foul line, 6 rebounds, only 2 assists in contrast to Michael Jordan. During the course of this season has not shot well at Madison Square Garden. In the past, he's had some enormous games. Smith with a nice move. The Knicks 5, the Bulls 2. Shot in the final minutes on Monday ended up as a 3-point play. Again, the Knicks beat the press. Charles Oakley showing another move out of the repertoire.
And you can see Charles Smith take it out of bounds, get to his spot. That allowed Ewing and Oakley and Starks to get down the floor, and New York could get into its attack mode.
First 5 shots. They lead 12-11 with 4 minutes gone by. The alley-oop to perfection. Jordan leading Pippen. The Bulls by 1.
Scottie Pippen.
Starks. And the Knicks with their first miss. Knocked away from Smith, recovered by Ewing. Here's Starks to the hoop. Bulls 15. Jordan. Knicks with the ball. They're down by 3. 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Rivers with a beautiful pass. Good look to find Mason.
That score came with 4 seconds remaining on the 24-second clock. It's the first time that a little more quickly in the half-court set, knowing the double team's going to come, anticipating he may have to throw it out, but then have time to get it back. And Ewing makes an incredible shot off 1 foot, kind of looking across his body.
1 for 10 from the field, and here in Game 5, 4 out of 5. The Knicks by 1 as Mason is able to penetrate, and he was fouled. Expires. First Knick miss of the quarter. And the Bulls on the run. Pippen all the way. A facial soaked up at John Starks.
When you take long shots from the perimeter and they don't go in with a team down, getting to the free throw line, or in that case, getting to the offensive glass.
Here comes Pippen. Armstrong on the wing. 3 Knicks back. Pippen with the extension to beat the Knicks down. And the Bulls lead 61-58.
I think you can appreciate Scottie Pippen's about it.
By Grant. Jordan for Grant. Oh, what a beautiful play. Horace Grant reading Michael Jordan going to the hoop.
What happened was Pippen didn't realize.
Rivers now played by Pippen. Starks started by Jordan. Gets it inside. Ewing got possession. Through the foul. The basket counts. The foul committed by Stacey King.
You had Doc Rivers
with a setup for Oakley. And Ewing able to save it. Shot clock at 8. Here's Anthony. Ewing from 3-point range and hits. Patrick Ewing with a desperation shot during the regular season quite a while ago. The Bulls have missed their last 6 shots. The Knicks with a 5-0 run. Shot clock at 7. Ewing again from deep. Yes! And it counts! They went 14 minutes since someone other than Michael Jordan had scored. The last one to score was Pippen. Ewing dishes out to Rivers, tries the 3. The Knicks, 9:25 to go in the fourth. Knicks with a 1-point lead. Jordan gets the pick from Grant. A 3-pointer for P.J. Armstrong, and he's given Chicago a 95-93 lead. Seconds remaining. The Knicks down by 1 with the ball. Starks, played by Jordan. Ewing out to set a pick. Here's Starks, changed his mind. Plenty of time on the shot clock, down to 10. Ewing for Smith. 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 Stop. Smith. Stopped again by Pippen. What a play by Scottie Pippen. Final seconds. Jordan for Armstrong. And the Bulls have defeated the Knicks. The Chicago Bulls with a couple
stopping Charles Smith. And the Bulls win it. That last basket will count. The Bulls 97, the Knicks 94. Scottie Pippen, one of the heroes for the Chicago Bulls, doing it on the defensive end. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Michael Cade stolen by Kevin Johnson. Barkley. Phoenix has its first lead at 9-8.
They had numbers on the Phoenix Suns.
Ayton, one of the leading thefts in the league this year, and that sets up Michael Cade. So the defense of Seattle, and that's what they did all season long. They led the league, forcing turnovers, led the league in steals, and they're showing it early tonight. Well, there's McKee underneath. 2 seconds for Payton. Rebound Barkley. Second for Sir Charles. Likes to take it coast to coast and ties it at 18.
Not only did he take it coast to coast, but he split 2 defenders with a beautiful crossover move with the league. Yes, he's Seattle's defensive leader. He gets the team going in that department.
Barkley with Michael Cage on him. To Oliver Miller, so Barkley presenting Miller with it. That's all for Perkins to think about. Deflected to Oliver Miller. He beats the buzzer, but wide on the shot. Yeah! Oh, my!
He shot right over Dan Marley and said, don't get in my way. I'm going to slam it anyway, but he did.
Ricky Pierce's return. Pierce with a runner, blocked by Marley. To Barkley.
Superstars come to play in big games, and here's this superstar, Charles Barkley.
What a half, shooting over 60%. Here's the man going to work. Gets the double team. Oliver Miller. Miller, the rookie. With 2:40 to go in the first half.
Well, I'm not as impressed with their offense as I am with their defense. They're playing super defense. Oh, Charles Hill with the slam dunk.
He has 7. That ends
To stop the run that sort of Seattle had going there. They had just scored 2 times down the court, and they had a chance to go after 3.
McKee on the lob over Barkley. And Derek McKee with 6.
Well, Phoenix have changed their defense.
10 turnovers forced by the Seattle defense. Loomis can't hit. Kemp to Payton. Kemp to Sam Perkins' first points tie it up at 61. And Paul Westphal calls timeout.
Well, here's Seattle at their best.
Kevin Johnson, Paul out with a better defending man than Gary Payton. Loomis misses the slam. Out comes the Pierce.
He tried to dunk it out too far on the court. He should have got one more dribble closer.
McKee to Kemp. 65-63 Seattle.
Seattle's just
12 seconds on the shot clock. 5, Marley looking for that 3. Oh my! Ace game. If you like offense, this is the style of the West. Underneath the Payton.
He faked like he was going to pass it and then decided to go on and flip it up over his head. They've been playing with 3 guys from the bench. Marquess Chambers and Frank Johnson.
Wow, Marley way outside. That one was 2 full steps outside the line. He was 30 feet away.
And that's what happens when you got your game on. Look at him. The teammate is looking at him. They're all saying, go, Dan. Do it again.
He's in the NBA playoff record books. But George Karl wants his team to start trying some threes. Not Marley. He's too hot. Finally misses, and look who's there. Barkley, 4
Timeout by Paul Westphal. He must know his players well. Did not call a timeout here.
And he aimed to Marley. Can he hit another? Dan Marley.
for Seattle. Phoenix takes the lead 3-2. 120-114 the victory tonight for Paul Westfall's Phoenix Suns, led by the amazing Barkley and the long range.
Starting his first game of these playoffs. Into Mark West, and West, who scored only 3 points total in the last 2 games, gets the first basket. Chambers matching his 6'10 against McKee, but doesn't have the quickness, and there's almost a turnover. Can it be saved? No, Barkley! Sir Charles hustles for his first points.
That play seemed to develop in slow motion in the own.
Chambers go down. Perkins for 3. Kemp. Can he save? No. Johnson, 3-on-1 to Marley. Blocked by Perkins. Pierce. And took it away from Barkley. Payton into Perkins. Oh, tough shot by Perkins as he was going down. Loops that one home. Sean Kemp on the sidelines for the first time, and Perkins rainbows in another. He has 9 points in the quarter.
Sean Kemp had blood on.
Barkley against Payton. Good job by Payton to cut him off.
Barkley at his best. They cut him off on the baseline. He was able to step back in and still get the dude.
5-point game.
Barkley.
Backdoor on Sean Kemp, and Barkley now with 16.
Barkley has been the force that him to arrive this entire playoff. He has shot the ball well here early in the first half.
Kevin Johnson inside, gets it to West, and West is fouled. Mark West, what a story for him. Oh, wait a minute, offensive foul is the call. Oh, my, a big...
Kevin Johnson worked hard to bring the ball up. Now he'll set up in a 1-4. What he likes to do is come right at you, and if you're asked you should be challenging Kevin Johnson.
Yes, they call, Ed Rush calls continuation. Big. Thrill of an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics playing his part. He's 3 for 3 from outside the line. Eddie Johnson. 80-65 Phoenix. Quarter. 9-point lead Phoenix. Marley for 3. Oh, that's a big one. Marley. Just when Seattle starting to feel it, Marley. McMillan resets. Way short. Barkley with a rebound. Plenty of time for Phoenix. 8 seconds, and now a foul. And Payton and Barkley exchange words. And they're not pleasant. 13-point Phoenix lead. 5 seconds. Payton takes it hard to the hole and scores. Only his 5th point of the game. Kevin Johnson. And that is the end of the third quarter. One that started. Rebounds. 38 points for Barkley. Chambers. 108-93. And Marley, Haynes, and Kevin Johnson. Veterans on the court with Chambers and Barkley. KJ takes it in. And another foul. That is Johnson's. I think as hurt as he is now, he's such a good guy and a good sport. Loves sport. It'll take a while, but I bet we'll see his face in one of those finals games. He went to Westinghouse High School in Chicago. The last shot. And the Phoenix Suns are the champions of the West for only the 2nd time in the history of this franchise. They're in the NBA Finals in quest of their first ever NBA championship.
very important to the series.
Barkley finds West. Mark West serving up a facial and a whistle.
See Phoenix do is trap immediately. They want to hope that Chicago takes an early shot and maybe they'll get one back at the other end.
It's Jordan, final seconds, getting it off. Yes. 0.3 of a second remaining in the quarter. Chicago leads by 14. Strong start by the Bulls. The Suns looking shaky here in the early going. Michael Jordan, 2 out of 5, 4 points. And Charles Barkley, only 3. Dribble that misfired. Here's Jordan. He had it knocked away from behind. Kevin Johnson. Barkley for Miller. Phoenix showing some signs. They are now down by 14.
How long do you...
Shot clock at 5. Jordan changed his mind. Here's Grant. The tip missed by the combination of Pippen and Cartwright. Barkley with Pippen from behind going for the steal. Finding Miller. So the Suns have cut it down to 48-37.
That's when Charles Barkley is at his best, when he can grab it earlier in this game.
Phoenix have moved within 9. They were down by 20. Here's Jordan extending. Michael Jordan driving the lane. And he's given the Bulls a 52-41 advantage.
If you're going to let a player like...
47. Pippen with a nice fake. And then met on the switch by West. Barkley behind the back. Barkley for Marley to the reverse. Beautiful setup. Charles Barkley for Dan Marley. The Bulls
had to pick up Marley. Michael takes the ball.
Oh, what a pass from Dumas. He spotted West. Dumas for West. And it's Jordan with a crossover to set it up. And Barkley gets to it. His pass knocked away. Jordan with the save. And back come the Suns. Frank Johnson challenges and then changed his mind. Marley with the open 3. Yes. Well, Dan Marley, who set an NBA playoff record by hitting 8 in one game against...
That hurt them.
By Pippen off the steal. And Johnson gets it back. Frank Johnson with a gorgeous ball fake. What a play by the veteran Frank Johnson. The Bulls 71 and the Suns 64.
Down, so I think it was his thumb.
Just under 1 minute remaining in the third. Kevin Johnson. Dumas puts it down. Richard Dumas dying to bring the Suns within 3. All to be seen here on NBC. Here's Trent Tucker with the shot clock running down. Final seconds of the quarter. Pippen extends to 73. 6 how to penetrate and was stripped. Pippen around Dumas. Around Age.
Oh my! You know that was a bad...
Advantage of an overplay. Rebounded by Grant. It's a 3-on-1. Armstrong for Pippen.
See, when you crash the offensive board on Chicago, they will get out and run on you, and that's what happened there.
Jump shots produce long rebounds. That's one way teams can...
Michael Jordan able to swing it to the corner. Bulls not rushing their shots, again showing the patience. Now Armstrong is open for the three-pointer and hits it.
Marv, showing the patience of a championship team.
This has been one of the bright spots throughout. It did come back, but Chicago led all the way, and they win it 100-92. Michael Jordan with 31 points, Scottie Pippen with 27, P.J. Armstrong 16, Charles Barkley with 21, but a poor shooting game. Charles 9 for 25. The Bulls finish up shooting 53%. fouls involved. Suns and Bulls tied at 6. They trap Johnson. West for Barkley.
We're talking about a foul on Grant, which is true, and they need it.
Game of the series. Here's Chicago going to the trap. Molly protecting. And then fires down. Suns fortunate. Dumas has given Phoenix an 11-8 lead.
And you saw the long penalty
For 3. Pippen has Grant in the open floor. Yes, and it counts. So the foul is called at 26. Pippen off the hesitation dribble. Pippen for Williams. What a play by Scottie Pippen.
Coach Paul Westphal should feel good about that, but they got to get back here.
And Grant able to hammer it home. He thought he was fouled. Phil Jackson is very upset, but no call. The Bulls now lead.
It's an up-tempo game, and they love it.
Pippen broke it up. Nobody back for the Suns. It's Jordan all the way. And a timeout taken by Paul Westphal. The Bulls by 6. We mentioned it again. Kevin Johnson has returned. Marley. And Barkley. Charles Barkley has 16. Bob Rashad, Hannah Storm. Bob Costas will be along at halftime. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a pass for Horace Grant.
You talk about beautiful, unselfish basketball. There's give and go. Pass, cut to the basket, get it back, and then he
From behind by Jordan. Bulls have hit 6 of the last. What a pass. Jordan for Grant. The Bulls by 10.
The big man running the floor, finds the painted area, and just waits for Michael Jordan to deliver it. Is in the cylinder, therefore the basket is taken away. Good call.
Danny Ainge with a good-looking drive to bring Phoenix within 5.
It's the way Chicago had been kicking their defense apart.
The steal by Marley. Johnson with Barkley. Barkley brings Phoenix within 1. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over. The quarter. Here's Pippen. And again offensive interference call on the ball. And words between Frank Johnson, Scott Williams, B.J. Armstrong all involved. Michael Jordan trying to calm his teammates down. And the officials also looking to settle things down.
Well,
Frank missed the tip. And Armstrong gets to it.
You see gang rebounding by Chicago. Everybody tries to help out.
And Jordan able to finish it off. And the foul. Beautiful fast break executed the foul.
with aggressive defense and execution on offense.
So the Bulls make it 2-0. That will count. It's a three-pointer. The basket counts. So the final score, as Danny Ainge converts again from downtown, the Bulls 111, the Suns 108. Charles Barkley 42 points, 13 rebounds.
Armstrong has been superb right throughout the playoffs. And it's Armstrong now guarding Johnson. Good luck, and Dumas puts it away. So the assist for Kevin Johnson, and the Suns lead 9-4. Pippen being guarded by Marley. Dumas with the steal. He had that one diagnosed. The Suns with an 11-4 advantage.
And Phoenix has more energy right now than Chicago does. You can see it. Chicago's kind of meandering through things, not running their cut you hard, not passing the ball.
First quarter, game 3 of the best of 7. Phoenix trying to cut it to a 2-1 lead. Chicago trying to go up 3-0, and Michael Jordan puts the Bulls up 27-19.
Dan Marley just stood in that corner.
Danny Ainge, who had the strong game on Friday night, has come on for the first time. Here's Johnson, yes. 4 seconds left in the quarter, and the Suns within 2. Marley with the intercept. Marley for Dumas, and they're tied at 29. 1 and 5/10 seconds.
Scott Williams throws one the length of the court. Jordan with the shot. So the Suns score the last 8 points of the first quarter. They've come from the second quarter. Scott Williams. Johnson gets it down for Chambers, and Phoenix is up by 2.
Well, see, this is what I was saying. The way you can get Kevin Johnson involved is to get out and
KJ has gone the distance. We have not seen Frank Johnson. Kevin Johnson lifted late in the game on Friday night for Frank Johnson. Barkley, Charles Barkley with the bucket and the foul. Listen, West up front, Marley and Johnson at the guards. West set up by Dumas. Mark West with his third field goal.
They are reading the double team.
Obviously not himself. Playing in pain with that injured right elbow. Shot clock at 2. Marley fires and hits. Three-pointer from beyond area code range for Dan Marley. With a 79-76 lead, it is Phoenix ball with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third. Kevin Johnson with a good-looking drive. Johnson has 16. It is a 1-point Chicago lead. 3 way off, forced into a very difficult shot. Barkley pops it down. Ainge shooting for 3. Yes! Danny Ainge converts from downtown, and the Suns lead at 99-88. The Bulls take a timeout with 7:33 remaining in the fourth quarter.
like you're supposed to win at home. And right now they're playing, they know they have to get out and run, do the thing they're supposed to do.
Right off the steal, Pippen set up by Jordan. Cuts it to a 9-point 101. And the Bulls 96 with 3:27 remaining in the fourth quarter. It is Chicago ball with 6 on the shot clock. And Pippen will throw in. Oh, Pippen threw it off the back of the net. What a play! He fooled the Suns.
Well, what happened was they read what Danny Ainge was doing last time, and he just decided to throw it off.
To a 2-1 Chicago lead with Game 4 coming up here on Wednesday night. 35 to go, fourth quarter. Jordan sets up Grant. And the foul.
Phoenix did a good job of defending it.
Jordan. Well, Johnson fell down going for the fake, and Michael Jordan, who has struggled from the fourth quarter on, is able to hit the basket that gives Chicago a 2-point lead. Setting it up against Michael Jordan. Chambers set the pick. Here's Chambers. Oh, what a move. Tom Chambers ties the game at 1:07.
That's the reason they took Mark West out, because they knew that Tom Chambers should score once the double team.
Continue the play. Barkley going at Grant. Here's Johnson on the penetration. Barkley with the rebound. Barkley goes short. Rebound Johnson. Time running down. Here's Ainge to win it. We go to a second overtime. Danny Ainge with a chance to wrap it. But it is on to a second overtime here in Chicago with the Bulls. With the look down low for Jordan. Jordan to the fadeaway. Oh, an enormous basket from Michael Jordan, who has been struggling from the fourth quarter on. At 5, it's one short of a NBA Finals record, shared by several players. Johnson off the dribble, sets up Charles Barkley. It's a 2-point Chicago lead.
And now, with 32 seconds remaining on the game clock, stop and rebound the basketball.
Oh, Jordan slipped. Nearly traveled. Pippen. That was deflected short. And Barkley gets to it. 10 seconds left in the second overtime. The Suns are down by 2. Marley. Yes! Dan Marley has tied the game at 114. Timeout called by Chicago. With 3 2/10 seconds remaining in this
Since they're double teaming Jordan, there's nobody playing Scottie Pippen.
All right, Pippen will throw in. 3 and 2, 10 seconds to go. Grant for Pippen, he has the shot, gets it off, and we go to a third overtime. So the Suns and the Bulls will join the Suns and the Celtics. Shot clock at 5. Barkley, Marley for 3. Whoa! Dan Marley with his 6th three-pointer, and that ties an NBA Finals record. Put Dan Marley alongside Michael Cooper, Michael Jordan, and Bill Laimbeer. You recall Jordan did it against Portland in last season's NBA Final. Marley hit 8 for a playoff record in the Seattle series. Marley came up with that steal, and Barkley able to finish it off. So the Suns lead by 3 off the three-pointer by Marley, and then the steal by Marley, leading under 2 minutes to go in this third overtime. Open shot for Chambers. And King able to get to Barkley on the intercept. Charles Barkley with the interception and the field goal, and the Suns now lead by 5.
Charles Barkley taking a page out of that Chicago.
And the Suns just looking to run the clock down in a remarkable come-from-behind victory. The Phoenix Suns in triple overtime have defeated the Chicago Bulls 129-121 to battle their way back into this series. Chicago now leading it 2-1. Game number 4 will take place here at Chicago Stadium on Wednesday. Game 5 now will take place here in Chicago on Friday. Now let's go over to Ahmad.
We'll find one, Paul. Well, I got Paul Westphal right here. As soon as I find a camera, we'll be in business. Right? All right, Paul. Now we'll go over to Hannah.
He wants Dan Marley bringing the ball up the floor a little bit more, take some of the pressure off KJ, and after 62 minutes, he may need some help tonight.
Johnson finding Mark West all by himself. Missed assignment by the Bulls.
Well, what happened was that the Phoenix
but did not see much action in the second half. Bulls have missed their first 3 shots. Cartwright double team. Grant with the recovery. Suns 4, the Bulls 2.
Okay, what Coach Paul Westphal is doing, he got Charles Dumas guarding Michael Jordan, and see, Richard Dumas is not used to running off of picks, and they set a pick on him.
Dumas with a beautiful move off the fake to beat Pippen, set up by Barkley.
Scottie Pippen ran over, formed a double team with Horace Grant.
Pippen works his way inside. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen. The Bulls lead by 2.
See, the only problem when you got all these new mismatches, you have to Phoenix
for 3. So Michael took 43 shots. He's going to be icing his elbow too. Pippen gets inside. Phoenix will talk it over. Johnson gets inside. Armstrong on the run. Chambers getting back. The lead for Pippen. 11 seconds left in the quarter, and Johnson went down.
a lot of open shots in the game, in Game 3, because they were pushing the ball up early, and they're trying to do that again. Barkley with the steal.
Well, Charles had that diagnosed, and he's tied the game at 35. Had some words of advice for Jordan as he finished it off.
Oh yeah, he's just letting them know that he here.
Really had the challenge that's there today or at this particular time, and I think that's helped me navigate my game and be more consistent with my play.
You kind of miss the dark sunglasses look on you.
I think feels pretty good. He hasn't had to play KJ on Michael a whole lot here so far, and they're still close enough. If he needs him a lot in the second half, he should be fresh.
Michael Jordan, 10 for 14, 23 points. It counts in the foul. Dumas blocked by King, and Dumas will go to the line.
the shooting hand is not there this evening.
Chambers with room. It was deflected by Grant. Grant with the block. Jordan around Marley. Jordan all the way! Yes! And it counts! From downtown, Michael Jordan, 14 for 20. He has 33 points. Final seconds. Marley. Yes, and the foul! Potential 4-point play. The three-pointer by Marley, and he's fouled by Jordan with 7/10 of a second remaining in the half.
Well, I tell you, Dan Marley.
Posting up Armstrong, help from Cartwright, and Dumas lost it.
Trying to hold it up there with one hand, that's what happens.
Pippen. Beautiful lead for Scottie Pippen, and a quick 20 taken by Paul Westphal.
Well, right here.
Out of 5 of the 24. Out of 3. Jordan. And Barkley with the rebound. Pops it down. Dumas ahead of the field. Able to elude Jordan. The Bulls 68 and the Suns 62. Richard Dumas has 15.
Well, I tell you, that was one great out.
Williams has replaced Bill Cartwright. Jordan around Dumas. Yes! And it counts!
High up, we would get fined. And the same thing, BJ for a 3. And the same thing that he's doing with the New York Knicks. And you see Michael Jordan is able to drive here in this series anytime he wants to.
All right, Miller able to put it down. So that would top. Johnson with the ball fake, went all the way. Here comes Jordan. For Michael Jordan. The Bulls 95, the Suns 89.
What Paul Westphal was upset about is he felt that when Kevin Johnson went to the basket, they were riding him out on their hip, and that's the reason he didn't finish the play.
It counts, and the foul. Charles Barkley will go to Jordan using the official Hugh Evans as a screen, and then he's pushed. Oh, Ainge and Jordan going at each other. Ainge and Jordan had a incident earlier, and they continue to talk. Michael had the finger pointed in the face of flashing in the paint. Rebound, Chambers. Johnson eluding Armstrong, finding Barkley, and the Suns move within 2 with 1:01 remaining. Phil Jackson takes a timeout.
Without fouling right now.
There is a 7-second disparity between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan, yes, and it counts!
You know, it would have been better for Charles to foul him all the way.
6-point Chicago lead. Time running out on the Suns here in game 4. Miller fires. So the Chicago Bulls have taken a 3-1 lead on the Phoenix Suns. Despite shooting 53% from the foul line, check that, 60% from the foul line. They shoot 53% from the field, and led by Michael Jordan.
Cartwright with Charles Barkley guarding him.
Suns have hit their last 5 shots. They missed their first 4. Barkley off a double team, yes, and it counts. Barkley will go to the line.
Well, Paul Westphal must have heard me because they're going into him every single time.
Just on the 3. And now looks to regroup. And now takes it by himself. Met by the double team, had to pitch it out. Here's Dumas. Well done by the Suns.
Patience, execution, the skills part of it, passing the ball.
The whole problem is that Charles Barkley was open both of those times, and he should have got the ball to Charles Barkley.
Pippen with the fake. Beautiful baseline drive by Scottie Pippen. Phoenix 21 and Chicago 13. Here's pressure by Armstrong. We have not seen much more. He has 8 points. Suns lead by 10. And they've hit a lot. Oh, the alley-oop from Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael threw a backdoor pass to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen now comes back, throws the alley-oop pass to Michael Jordan.
Suns by 8. Has not seen much playing time in the second half. He went 25 minutes in all the other night, hit 8 of 11. Jordan's pass broken up. Johnson for Barkley. Armstrong back, and Charles Barkley extends to a 27-15 lead.
The key to the game for the Phoenix Suns is that they're going through Charles Barkley every single time. Either he's going to shoot it, if he gets double.
Barkley has hit 5 out of 7, 11 points. Nice pass. Dumas from Barkley. A reverse stuff by the rookie, Richard Dumas.
That was supposed to be a back pick lob pass for Richard Dumas. Phoenix likes him.
So Dumas is now guarding Jordan. Pippen. 8 unanswered for Chicago.
Last game, as soon as Richard Dumas went on Michael Jordan.
Left in the first half. Barkley with a spin. Charles Barkley with a gorgeous move. And the Suns now lead 3-on-2. Suns able to recover. Jordan. Stopped from behind. Dumas got a piece of it. And Dumas will finish it off. Michael Jordan upset. He felt he was fouled. Phil Jackson caught. Crowd looking for a travel. Johnson had it knocked away by Pippen. 3-on-1. 4-on-1. It's Jordan. The Suns 76. The Bulls 71. 45 seconds to go. Third quarter. Barkley struggling for possession. Johnson. Yes, and it counts. Kevin Johnson with the field goal, and he will go to the line. He was fouled by Michael Jordan. Did a nice job. Paul Westphal for the first time going with the combination at times of Frank Johnson and Kevin Johnson. 10-point Suns lead, and that will do it. The Phoenix Suns leading most of the way. Remain alive in this best of 7 as they knock off the Bulls 108-98. The Bulls now lead 3 games to 2, but this series goes back to Phoenix. Game 6. Bulls able to get back. Now caught right over to help out. And again the Suns play it beautifully. It goes through Barkley, and it led to the quick passing. Able to connect from downtown. The Bulls 6 and the Suns 4. Marley got the step. Yes, and it counts. Jordan pitches back to Grant. Pippen with the step. Oh, what a move by Scottie Pippen. And the Bulls now lead by 3. 4:20 remaining first half. Chambers with the step. Oh, goes to the reverse. Chicago's lead is 3. That was deflected. Marley got a piece of it. Barkley trade. Barkley lost Williams. And Ainge saw it all the way.
Just like I the layup off the glass.
Matchup now is Trent Tucker guarding Dan Marley. Chambers! Well, Tom Chambers showing the entire repertoire. And he cuts it to a 4-point Chicago lead. Marley for 3. The Suns lead 91-90. Rebounded by Michael Jordan. Now Frank Johnson, not the man that the Suns would have wanted to take that shot, and Jordan is able to go the distance.
Worst thing that could happen, let him score and use up very few precious seconds. So
10 on the shot clock. Pippen over to Hell. Marley eluding Jordan. Frank Johnson gives it back. Marley, oh, he went short, and it's a 24-second violation. Let's see. And Rush and Mike Mantle
to get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor.
Well, Pippen got the step. Here's Paxson for three. Yes, the Bulls take a 1-point lead, and Phoenix calls for time with 3 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. John Paxson converts a three-pointer in Chicago 99 and Phoenix 98.
They've done this at least defensive team.
3, 9/10 seconds to go. Evan Johnson will inbound. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets, no, he could not get it off. Knocked away by Grant. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have won 3 straight NBA championships. A 3-point shot by John Paxson, the game winner. The Bulls with a record low, only 12 points. In the fourth quarter, that is a NBA Finals record low, but it was enough.
Michael Jordan, when that buzzer went off, first jumped so high, but immediately had the presence to chase the basketball down into the crowd. Whoever had picked it up, he wanted that basketball, signifying the 3rd world championship in a row. And he